Sometimes you make discoveries on this app accidentally, and I have made one, which is that French people have apparently, it's like a national epidemic. It's you have been taught incorrectly by your English teachers, apparently through many generations, about this particular phrase in English. Be quiet, be quiet versus shut up. Telling someone to be quiet. Okay. So it's very clear from the comments in another video that I just made and the responses across the board that from the French people, they're like, I was today years old when I learned this. Okay. So the most polite way to tell somebody to please be quiet, which even then, anytime you instruct someone to stop talking, it's going to be accepted as obviously a rude thing in any language. But the nicest possible way to say that would be, please be quiet. Could you please be quiet? That's if you're in a movie theater and somebody's talking, could you please be quiet? That's a polite way to say it when somebody's being rude and they shouldn't be talking. Okay. Would you mind being quiet? That's another one. Would you mind being quiet? Okay. Would you mind? Could you please be quiet? Those are the two. That's the nicest it's going to get. Okay. Now, if we go anywhere past that, if you say be quiet as a command, be quiet, that's very direct. Okay. That's like, whoa, be quiet. That's still rude. Anything beyond that, we are into the very rude category. Shut up. I don't care what your UK English teacher said to you. If you're anywhere in, and I can't speak to cultural norms in the UK or in schooling or what's considered rude and acceptable or whatever. So I'm not speaking to that. But I will tell you that in America, in American English, which many people are interested in learning, that you would never say shut up to anybody that you were not intending to be extremely rude to. That is a very rude thing. Even to say to your own children, you just don't say that. That is below the belt. That is not okay. Unless you're in a very toxic family. There's no way that that's okay. And it's definitely not okay in school. Visit my other video about my daughter's schooling experience here in France, where the English teacher is teaching that as an okay thing to say. But I digress. I don't want to get back into that. So just so you know, that is so now I'm going to map it to French expressions. Okay, so apparently I was incorrect in my other video as far as tais-toi, se taire, or the conjugation of se taire, the reflexive verb to basically to be quiet or to shut up, depending on how you want to conjugate that. That it would be the equivalent of tais-toi appears to be, from what I'm understanding, with the cultural context I'm given, is going to be please be quiet or be quiet. Okay, be quiet, tais-toi, be quiet. But some people are saying shut up. So tais-toi still might be. I'm actually going to go with shut up. That it's still direct and rude. I'm actually going to change my previous answer. So let's equivocate those two. Anything beyond that, like ta gueule, okay, or apparently ferme ta might be in the same category as also shut up, meaning rude. Those are equivalent. So if you wouldn't say ferme ta to somebody, you shouldn't say shut up to somebody. Anything beyond that, we're getting vulgar. There's one in English, I'm not going to say it here, but it would be shut the blank up. You can figure out the blank on your own. It starts with the letter F. That is horribly rude. That's the absolute most vulgar thing you could say to somebody in the context of asking them to cease talking. That seems to me to be like tagal in French. That's the closest I can find. At least I haven't heard worse than that. I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to dish something on me I haven't heard in terms of l'argot, in terms of slang. But there you have it. So in English, anything beyond requesting, please, would you mind being quiet? Anything beyond that, you are into the very rude. You're talking to somebody like an enemy. I hope that clears things up for French native speakers who are trying to learn English and not get into fights or have people not like you very much. And unless somebody tells you these things, you just don't learn them.